Hi, this is Zach Meir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Friday, the 16th of June. And starting off with the S&P, where you can see that the read across from the AI boom that we're getting in the stock market, I think that's the best way of describing it, is continuing. We had our old target by the end of next month, 43.60, which has obviously been achieved by the end of this month. Now we're looking for as high as 46.80 at that old resistance line there from August, possibly by the end of next month, but obviously that would be a little bit ambitious, but at least the upside here seems to be well set in place while we're above 43.60 and that November resistance line at the top of that broken rising trend channel. That's about the worst we're looking at. I suppose you could say that 42.70 or 42.80, that area, which was the initial June resistance, could come in as support, but at the moment rather hoping and expecting 43.60 or so will be support for this market. Moving along to the stocks, and quite a few favorites, especially in the AI area. C3 AI is the first one, and here we've got an ongoing breakout. Resistance line projection there up to $60, and we're hoping for that by the end of next month, especially while we remain above the initial resistance of, in fact, the resistance right at the end of last month at $44, so above 44 on an end-of-day close, looking for $60 there at C3. Another stock which is on the front foot, BigBear AI, and here you can see that although we escaped the clutches of that rising trend channel that we had from the beginning of last year, it looks as though the stock is having another go at re-establishing a move to the upside. $7 is obviously rather a long way away, and it might take a while for the shares to get up there, maybe a couple of months. But we have broken a line of resistance there from the beginning of April, and if we hone in on that, you can see that that line was broken around the $2.40 level. Above that, we're looking for an end-of-day close above the 50-day moving average to at least give us post-May resistance around $3.20. At this stage, only well below $2.20, $2.30, really delaying the upside scenario. Moving on to a stock which has been a regular here on many occasions, Carvana, and another bull flag breakout, hopefully in the making. We had an unfilled gap to the upside, support there around the $18.80 area, and just looking for a break of recent resistance through $27, end of day close above that, and we could be looking at $35 as soon as the end of next month. So the momentum seems to be very much ongoing in this particular situation at Carvana. Moving along to Carnival, which obviously is a different type of sector, but this also looking pretty punchy on the upside. We hit our old target there around $14, above 14, looking for 18 as soon as the end of next month. And the way things are going, that could even happen by the end of this month. So very impressive breakout there for Carnival, and obviously we're still well below where we were in the early part of 2022, so the upside could surprise in a positive way. Dragonfly gets the odd mention here now and again as well. Dragonfly Energy, here we've got a situation where the shares have tried it, well, they've escaped all the previous targets that we had there in terms of moving to the upside, so obviously that was a false dawn. Current situation is that we need to hold the support there Wednesday around the $2.56 level, and then that would then target as high as the 50-day line around 360 by the end of next month. But obviously that situation is still looking rather unstable from a bullish perspective. Rather better perspective at the moment is Fuelcell, and again another regular visitor to the US Chartbreakers. Here we've had our break of the 50-day line, looking for the 200-day moving average around $3.10, hopefully over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Probably the thing we're waiting for here is for that 50-day line to start rising, and that would add momentum to the situation. The longer we stay above that initial May peak around $2.65, the better the cause is for the bulls there, and a potential move there up to $3.50 by the end of next month. Onto a stock making its debut here on the Chartbreakers. It's Manchester, and we broke a line of resistance there from back in February. We've also broken above the resistance on the way down back in April around the $24 mark. Above that, looking for as high as $31 by the end of next month. And a very interesting looking chart given the double gaps that we had higher in November. It took all that time to consolidate, but looks as though we're back on track for the upside again now. A stock which is also a decent frequent flyer here and is Microvision, and here we didn't quite get up to our best case scenario target. They're up around the $9 mark, and we've come back to what was a previous target there around $5. The longer we stay above $5, the greater the chance of a partial or even a full retest of the $8 plus area. Initially, the goal would be to close above that gap down, the top of the gap down there, near the $6 mark, and then that would hopefully add extra momentum to this situation. Moving on to Palantir, which again is a stock which is difficult to resist at the moment. You'll see why on the daily chart. We hit our previous target there around $15 and have pushed higher. Next target up to $20 by the end of next month, and that should be valid at least while we hold above recent support in the $14.50 to $15 area over the near term. Another new name on the Chartbreakers is Patterson, and here you can see why it's looking quite interesting at the moment. We've got a bullish reversal, triangle reversal here on the daily chart from March, heading for the 200-day moving average, hopefully by the end of next month, perhaps even sooner than that, especially while we remain above the 50-day moving average around $11.30, so above that 50-day line. Looking for $14.50 or maybe even $15 by the end of next month. Just the last three to go. Another regular is SoundHound, and you'll see why on the daily chart, while we're looking at this quite intently at the moment. Looking for that breakout through recent resistance in the $3.40 area. The longer we stay above, or if we get a weekly close above that, the more the chance of a move to the top of that rising trend channel from back in September as high as $6. And that could happen as soon as the end of next month. On to Target, which I don't think we've looked at here either, in the recent past at least. Here it's interesting because we left a gap yesterday on this bear trap triangle base that the shares appear to have delivered. Above recent neckline resistance around $134, looking for a return at least to the May support for the shares in the low 150s, and hopefully we'll get that by the end of next month. The other positive at the moment is that there is a bullish divergence in the RSI window, so basically lower lows for the second part of the second low in June, but a higher RSI trace, so that should hopefully take us up to the 150s over the near term. Finishing off with Uber, which seems to be motoring at the moment. The reason for the coverage here is this latest break high for the shares. The resistance line projection target from last year has already been hit around $41. Above that, we're looking for as high as $46 by the end of this month. Maybe 2 weeks should be enough time for the shares to do that, especially after the recent gaps to the upside, double gap higher in May, and then another gap earlier this month. That's it for me today. More updates over the weekend.